I'm Debbie. Oh, wow. Sorry.
Try it again.
Enough. Go away.
Go lay down.
That's enough.
Go lay down.
Filming with dogs is lovely. If you thought toddlers were bad, dogs are right.
Nope.
Stop.
Go lay down.
Go away. Hi, I'm Debbie.
I'm Curtis.
And we are. Next chapter starts now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do a big edit right about there. So we just wrapped up our Snowbird season of 2023-24, and I thought we'd start with the numbers. Huxley's helping.
So we left on December 20th.
Yes.
And why did we leave on December 20th versus our targeted November 15th?
Because our daughter had her second baby girl, and I committed to helping out for a month.
Right. Plus I was stuck with work too. So the
Yeah.
timing was actually, we wouldn't have got delayed with the baby, we would have got delayed by work.
Absolutely.
So, good delay though, on the fact that
Good delay.
another grandbaby.
Another
5.
Yeah, number 5. So what were our numbers?
Well, we came back on April 26th. So we were gone 129 days, which is about 18 and a half weeks. And we drove 11,004.7 kilometers, which is 6,863 and a half miles. And we burned 2,516 liters of fuel, or 664 gallons. A lot of fuel.
Did you happen to figure out the average cost, like for our average cost of fuel, what that meant for dollar value in fuel?
About in the neighborhood of $5,000
Ooh,
Canadian.
True Blue is very thirsty.
Yeah, it's thirsty. 10.3 miles per gallon, or 22.8 liters per 100 kilometers. So a lot of fuel.
So this year, last year we had just our original manufacturing equipment fuel tank, right? One
Right.
that the
We
truck came
started
with,
with that, right? Yes.
which was how many gallons?
Small, like 32, or not even.
And our
28.
current one is 60.
Yes. Yeah.
So how much of a difference do you think that made for us traveling this year?
Oh, we could travel a full day pulling, even mountains, and not have to worry about fuel.
It was phenomenal.
Well, that
It
was a
totally
game changer.
transformed our traveling this year, because last year it was just hunting for fueling stations. Like that consumed our travel days, and this year wasn't even a thought.
We did end up with some bad fuel.
We did when we were in Paso Robles,
somewhere north of that.
New Brighton. We filled up at a
okay.
Vector station before we left New Brighton, and we ended up with bad fuel, and we were worried. Our truck was sounding horrible.
It was pinging and knocking on idle. It sounded awful.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Verboom, we didn't really say anything, but
Say what?
our nerves have been a little fried the last 2 days. How come?
Yeah, True Blue had a pretty good ping, more like a knock. We're really worried.
And a check engine light.
I read the code. It says as part of it's the ECM learning side of things, so it had a fault trigger in there. But it also, when you read the whole deal on it, it can be also caused from bad fuel. The engine management system is trying to basically compensate for bad fuel. But we also use a really high quality conditioner,
Arch oil.
Arch oil, and we put the power boost double amount that you normally do in there, trying to combat it. We pulled into here and that ping and knock is gone, so touch wood. Hopefully that's all it was.
Okay, so we thought we'd do something a little different here. We would talk about some of our favorites, and we both kind of wrote it down. Mine's in red pen that ran all out. Nice mess in the mess. I can only read it myself now. So favorite.
Mine's much neater.
Yeah, mine's a mess. So favorite RV park. Dun dun dun. You go first.
So I was kind of torn. So I put Black Meadows Landing at Havasu, or Lake Havasu. But there's a disclaimer. It was my favorite RV park from our site to the beach, to the lake.
Okay, that was beautiful.
Nothing behind us because it's a lovely location. It's very tired. They have new owners and they're going to do some work on it, and it really needs some serious love. It's in pretty poor condition.
But that site.
Our site was, out our back window looked like Hawaii. It was unbelievable. But I cheated and I put a second one.
You're not allowed to cheat. What's your second one?
So you'll be surprised. My second one is Flying Flags in Buellton, California, where we were evacuated
55 mile an hour winds and 6 inches of rain that day.
So we stayed there 2 nights and the weather was horrific. But I totally want to go back there in good weather because that resort looked spectacular.
That park was immaculate.
Absolutely spectacular. And amenities like the pools, and they have an outdoor barbecue restaurant, and I want to go back there when you don't feel like the wind is going to take you away like the Wizard of Oz.
We ended up there after we were evacuated, so it was coincidence that we ended up there at all.
Yeah, we would never have ended up there, but I would definitely go back to see that in good weather.
For sure.
You?
Okay. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, that Blackwell Bay RV park.
Really?
Yeah, that was a beautiful place.
Now, is that because it had all the boats?
Yeah, probably. But I love Coeur d'Alene, though. I always have.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite places on earth, and it was nice to be back there. I've been there for years, and that resort was nice.
It was really pretty.
There's nicer resorts probably we stayed at, but as my favorite, I think this trip, that would be my favorite.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would never have guessed
I
that.
don't think we even have any footage of it. There's nothing recorded.
No.
No.
It didn't rate high on my list, so I didn't do any filming of it.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite state park?
I think we have the same one for this.
Really?
I put Boulder Beach Campground in Boulder City, Nevada.
Not mine.
Really?
No, Harris Beach again. Even though we had a terrible RV site compared to usual, that park itself, Harris Beach, I don't know of any place yet we've stayed at that I like more than Harris Beach.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like Harris Beach. It's one of my favorite places.
So far, 0 for 0 matching.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Favorite city?
Lake Havasu City.
Really, eh?
You?
San Francisco. I really enjoyed San Francisco. We only had a window this big, and we had great weather, and it was beautiful.
It was.
I loved the city. I want to see that city with more time.
I think I was too busy peeing my pants because of all the hills.
that was kind of fun on those drives.
We have different definitions of fun because I found that terrifying.
Yeah. No, I figured we might be different there. But Lake Havasu City is a beautiful place.
I just love the vibe there. We walked down along the river, and
it's like Kelowna Regatta.
Yeah, all the boats, and it just has such a fun party vibe. Not that we're partiers, but it just had a really fun, light feel.
It was a neat place.
Yeah, I really liked it there. And I love the little village there that has like the old town feeling there.
Yeah, it's like a little piece of London on the lake. So
I really like that.
It's a cool place. Okay, so favorite activity.
So in general, my favorite activity was pickleball. But my favorite thing that we did our entire trip was hiking in Zion.
Ha! Hiking in Zion.
Oh, well, hey.
Hey, 1 for 1.
We are compatible.
Oh, no, 1 for 1. So yeah, maybe. Okay.
Actually, you have to sit down. Come on, buddy.
Go lay down, buddy.
Sit. Good boy. Can you lay? Oh, what a performance.
Oh, wow. Okay. Top highlight.
Hands down, didn't have to think about it. Zion National Park.
Zion.
Yeah. We had the best weather there. It was busy, but not silly busy. And
it was nice.
The scenery was just mind-blowing.
Zion was nice. We were there for a week and we could have been there for 2.
Yes.
We did some epic hikes, but there's many, many more that we have to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like many more. It's on the way back home. So,
which is nice. Yeah. Which I think that kind of excited me as well, knowing that this is somewhere I can just keep coming back to and take another little piece of it.
But that being said, Utah, it could be listed as surprise place. Because Utah itself was mind-blowing, you know.
But I kind of expected Utah to be
For top pilot, yeah.
mind-blowing. Like all the pictures that you see, I kind of expected Utah to be
true,
mind-blowing.
And it was.
It was.
It was amazing. Okay, so surprise place,
You first.
Lake Havasu.
I put Lake Havasu City.
Yeah. I think
So Lake Havasu City.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was neat. It was a cool place. It had, like you said, I love boats, and watching those and listening to those performance boats all day long on that lake.
You have to realize that every day that we were there, these humongous speedboats would go flying by, and every time, didn't matter what Curtis was doing, he'd be like,
Curtis boat.
Curtis boat. That's what we call them. Those big, what are they?
They're like an offshore boat,
Yeah.
but on a lake, and they're high performance boats with massive motors with big power.
Big block engines. And,
Yeah, a lot of fuel consuming water machines.
And the reason why they went by us steady is because at Black Meadows Landing, there's a fueling station. And so we were just in there steady getting
There was
fuel.
a big race coming up, and there were a bunch of them
Yes.
were testing.
True.
So it was pretty neat to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a surprise place. And we got another note here too. It's about meeting new people.
So we had a first that has never happened to us. And when we were at the Sonoran Desert RV Park, which is a very, very cool RV park.
Well, it's very
and
nice.
designed for gargantuan rigs. Our truck and trailer looked like, I don't know, looked like a Volkswagen Bug with a little trailer in the parking spot because it was so big.
It was 150 feet long, or say.
We had a knock on the door, and Doug and Debbie came to see if it was us, and they follow our channel, and
They're from Washington State, Olympia, I'm pretty sure.
and it was a really surreal moment that someone came and
Yeah, they followed us and recognized the trailer.
at first when they knocked on the door, I thought it was the RV park managers coming to give us trouble for something that we had done wrong.
Yeah, so that was neat.
It was really
meeting
neat.
someone that happened to follow us.
Yeah.
And stuff too. And I think the other thing too is we met again a lot of great people. Like we were in Catalina Resort, we met some wonderful people there, and we'll be going back next year, which is wonderful. So hopefully we can connect with more people. So that's one of the great things about this journey is you meet amazing people. The sad part about this journey is you only get a chance to meet people and maybe be with them. The way we travel anyways.
Yeah.
You only see them for maybe a week or something, and then they move on, you move on, or wherever. Amazing people on this journey, but sadly, you have to try to reconnect with some of these people.
So if we've met you on the road and we say we want to stay in touch, we actually do mean we want to stay in touch. So if we've met you on the road, don't hesitate to message us and reach out. And when we're coming through your way again, we'll definitely meet up again. But we did have a few bumps along the road. It wasn't all sunshine and roses.
Oh, that's not true. The weather was perfect all the time, except for the massive coastal storms. And
So to sum up our weather, I think the best way to put it is that there was a minor tornado warning when we were in Long Beach.
Yeah.
Now, the fact, if you know anything about Long Beach, the fact that we had a tornado warning there just kind of sums up our whole touring of the coast.
Yeah, we got evacuated. Luckily, though, outside of being ordered out the one time, things were either above us or below us. We kind of lucked out in our timing, but we did hit some ugly weather.
That was probably our most eventful moment when we were in Goleta Sun Outdoors RV Park, which is just north of Santa Barbara. We were at the Costco and we got a phone call from the resort that we needed to return right away because they were evacuating us because of the huge storm that was coming in. Just a little bit of stress. It is 4:53 on Saturday and we were in Goleta, which is like 15 minutes from our resort, and we were at Costco and I got a phone call from a number in Santa Barbara. And what did we get, Curtis?
Ordered out. It's almost like our fire season in Canada. You gotta run.
It's been a very stressful hour. We have been evacuated from our resort and we have been sent to go north to another resort because what was supposed to be just a rainstorm is now
80-mile-an-hour winds.
Yes, and so
There's a lot of trees in this resort too.
yeah,
So.
it's not safe to be here. So we are all packed up and we're hoping we're going to be able to get to Long Beach tomorrow. We have no idea. It depends how this storm does. So we'll keep you posted and woo!
We're on the RV adventure.
RV adventure. We're on the road.
Our truck broke down in Fort Bragg. And
Yes.
that happens. But it cost us a week up there. We were there an extra week. And we only had probably 3 or 4 days of really nice weather in Fort Bragg.
And when it was beautiful, like
oh,
my most favorite photo that I took our entire trip was taken there. Like when it was sunny and
mine
beautiful,
too.
it was beautiful. Yeah.
Huxley was there, that picture
Yeah.
of Huxley. So yeah, I mean, it was an amazing sunset.
Which, to mention, we're going to put up on our Facebook page, we're going to have a competition between my favorite photo that I took and Curtis's favorite photo that he took over this
Yeah, we're
Snowbird
gonna do a
season.
giveaway with either print on canvas of that picture or metal that we're gonna
Yes.
give that away to whoever.
So
comment and come in and we may win this thing.
comment and vote on our Facebook page as to who has the better picture. I'm fearful that his may win because it's Huxley, and
Yeah, but if you vote for me, it'll be a big one. If you vote for Debbie, it's gonna be
That is not
small.
true.
Really small, really small.
so it doesn't matter where you live.
Keychain or a nice picture.
It doesn't matter where you live. We'll just order it online and have it shipped to you. And like Curtis said, you can choose to either get a
Keychain
metal.
one.
Curtis Verboom. You can either choose to get a metal print or a print on canvas, but we'll have it shipped directly to your home. And of course, we'll just take everyone's names, put them into a draw the name, and then contact you for your mailing information so that we can send it to you.
So vote for me.
They wouldn't be voting for you. They'd be voting for Huxley. Let's be real.
Okay. I'll vote for Huxley. We had big plans to go north to explore all this Utah stuff, but after we left Hurricane, it is cool up there because you go to places like Bryce when it's like 6,000 to 9,000 feet elevation,
Yes.
and you start exploring some of that upper stuff. It becomes Canada.
We left way too early.
We did.
Should have delayed leaving the warmer weather for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, we left 80s Fahrenheit to go back to 60s Fahrenheit and lower. And some evenings were really cold. So it was like, wow. So yes, next year, rather than taking a month to explore our way home, we're going to really take a couple weeks. We're going to stay south and then go the north side of things. But we're also hoping to leave later too. So hopefully the weather's better.
Yeah, I was very joyful when I had to pull out my winter boots and my winter coat.
Part of that issue too was we also came back 2 weeks earlier than planned for work. So next year, our dates are to be south for November 9th, leaving, and not coming back until May 15th for work.
Although, let's be honest, your start in May often gets jammed up because you never know what jobs you're going to bid and be awarded and then when they're going to start. So our start date for when you have to be back to Canada often gets a little bit jammed up. But we cannot, let's be honest, we cannot complain because your job allows us to go south for the entire winter.
No, I'm not complaining. And it was slow when I got back. My first day was only a 13-hour day.
Curtis hasn't stopped working long days since we got home.
And I don't think I've had a day off.
No.
So
I went to Edmonton to visit our kids.
I worked.
But Curtis couldn't come. He's been working steady. So he kind of hit the ground running with a big smack.
Yeah, that's right. I may only work 6 months a year, but I work a full year in that 6 months.
Yes.
So, yeah. But it's okay. We get to go south for the winter.
Yes.
And that part overall was amazing.
It was.
And the only other negative I can think of too is not so much the cost of travel.
No.
We're on budget. It really was, again, our poor Canadian dollar to US. It started off a little better at the beginning of the year than it was the year before, and then progressively got worse with exchange rate.
With our exchange rate for everything, when we were in the States, everything that cost $1 in US dollars cost us $1.39.
37 to 41.
Yeah. So that's a significant difference. Was even things as simple as shopping for like meat, and you're like, oh, that's not a bad price per pound. But then when you had the exchange, it's like, whoa, that's significantly different.
Yeah, but same thing we said last year. I mean, the U.S. has high inflation.
Yes.
Our dollar being so poor makes it just doubly bad. But really in Canada, what options do you have unless you're going to go somewhere like Mexico or Costa Rica or wherever else? But in the U.S., it's going to cost you because of our dollar primarily.
Yeah.
Is poor. But hopefully it gets better.
One thing I realized that we never followed up on is that when we were in Tucson, we ended up having to take Luna to the vet. She ended up with blood in her urine, and it ended up being a bacterial infection that she got from a tick bite that she got in Fort Bragg that we didn't realize. I knew that she had a reaction to it, but she's on tick medication, so I didn't think anything of it. The tick died, and she did have a kind of a yucky area under her arm where it had bitter, but then in Blythe, she got blood in her urine, so we took her to the vet in Tucson, and then it ended up being a bacterial infection. So she went on antibiotics and has made a full recovery.
Yeah.
We're starting our Canadian season, which means that lots of boating and camping and fishing and dry camping, which driving your car, yes. Very, very odd to be back in Canada and back to dry camping when we've had full hookups or mostly full hookups all winter, and all of a sudden it's like, oh right, we have to check the power levels and we have to watch our water levels, and oh right, we have to go to a sandy dump.
Yeah, a little different.
Totally different. So we will be showing you lots of boating this summer. We've got the boat all ready to go in the water when we get back to our home base on the hay ranch.
Yeah.
But first of all,
do an epic hike at least once a month too.
Yeah, so that's our goal. An epic hike once a month, a how-to once a month, and then the rest is just life.
Good, bad, boring,
ugly,
whatever.
Curtis yawning, all those things.
Exactly. Life.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for sticking with us throughout our Snowbird season. And
if you haven't yet, subscribe and hit that like button and share. All those things, I guess.
Follow us on our Facebook page. That's where we've been really trying to concentrate on doing some different content. We'll be doing, this is our first of our photo contests. We'll be doing once a month photo contest between the two of us. I swear he's going to end up cheating. If you get a private message from Curtis asking you to go vote for his photo, please don't do it.
Remember, teaching.
So we'll be doing once a month photo contests, once a month how-to videos, once a month epic hike, and then in between boating, fishing, and camping.
Yes.
And Curtis's work.
After work.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye for now.
Bye.